Everybody, welcome to Network Connection. My name is Ronnie. Today I have the pleasure to talk with Nakeea Jarvis. She is the dedicated realtor with Springer Realty Group in Philadelphia. Hey, Nakeea, how are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay, all right. So let's jump right in. Nakeea, tell us, what is it that you do?
Okay, so I'm a residential realtor servicing the Philadelphia area and surrounding counties. Basically, what that means is I help people buy and sell residential properties. Um, that includes, I mainly enjoy working on the buyer side, but I will also, sell a home as well. So that includes anyone who is currently renting, looking to buy a home, millennials who are like pretty much my first time home buyers. I also have people, especially due to last year in COVID, they're wanting to either downsize, move away from the city or toward the city, or sometimes they need additional room because kids are home now all day. So I help a variety of people in different ways, which is why I love working with the buyer, because everyone's situation is different and it allows me to be flexible and just to expand my experience and my knowledge with them.
Absolutely. That is so cool. So how long have you been in business?
So I've actually been in business for 5 years, but I have more experience on the investing side. My husband and I bought properties, so that's been about 12 years. So about 12 years total, but the residential realtor side, it's been 5 years.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So let me ask you this. So what is it specifically about your process, helping a buyer, helping the seller, or marketing the homes that separates you from other realtors?
Okay. That's a good question. So really, I believe it's my experience that I bring to the table in the real estate industry. And what I mean by that is I have 20 years of insurance experience. And prior to that, I have a degree in accounting. So I'm a very detail-oriented person, just by nature. That's just who I am. And you need to have, you have to be very detailed when you're going over the contract and when you're looking at everything in a real estate contract. But the insurance experience, I've always been customer service based. Like they've been, priority. And I've actually worked catastrophes. I was on the homeowner side of claims, and then I worked catastrophe. So I was with people during their most devastating times when they've lost their homes to floods, to hurricanes, hailstorms. So I've been on that front line. So not only do I understand the house, but I understand the clients and what I need to do to help them, the compassion, the patience, everything that's needed to get them through that. So in addition to that, I worked in the banking industry on the loan side. So I understand mortgages very well. And all of this I bring to the table prior to doing investment properties and then getting my real estate license. So the knowledge base that I have in being able to negotiate and pay attention to detail, as well as be compassionate with my clients, are things that set me apart from other realtors in the industry.
That is amazing. Wow, that's a lot of great things. Like you're just missing an architect
on
that resume.
No idea that it would end up being, you don't know what your passion is sometimes early on. It takes a while in life to find out, why couldn't I have been doing this, or why wasn't I doing this years ago, because I love this so much. But clearly it took all of those things to build into me being the realtor that I am today.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this, you've been in business for 5 years. Do you have a favorite customer service story to share?
Oh yeah. So, well, you know what? It's a favorite in the way of it kind of goes back to and resonates with me loving to work with first-time home buyers. That's just my niche. Like I love the buying side of things because I love building relationships with people. I'm a people person. And I just feel like I'm in their lives for a long time, whether it's, getting invited to the baby showers or to the wedding or to, housewarming events. So I'm in their lives for a long time, but it's the first time home buyers that really touch my heart the most. And one situation I had during COVID last year is we got into a contract, let's say March of 2020. And we received for Pennsylvania, we had to shut down, I think it was probably on March 13th. It was a situation we weren't sure if we were going to be able to close, and they really needed to move. One, because, they were leaving a rental, like their lease was expiring. And also, but the main situation is that that one of my clients, his father was very, very ill. And just to make a very long story short, between me and my team, which was, having the right lender and right title, just everyone in the right corner, we were able to get them in their house on time.
Wow.
Without any delays during the height of COVID, when we were just really figuring out that we need to wear masks, basically. But and so they were happy. But the email that I received from them a week after was that his father, the one who was ill, was able to come to their home and see it. And then he passed like 2 days later. So it was like he was holding on to be able to see his son in his first home. And then he was okay, to pass. So that was, and they were just like, thank you for making that possible, because if it possibly was any later, he may not have been there to see us realize our dream. So that will always, that's the reason why I do what I do.
Wow. I'm like gonna cry in a second.
I know. It was yeah.
All right, so we want to touch base a little bit about COVID. Let's extrapolate a little bit on that. So we live in a weird world right now.
Yeah.
It's getting weirder by the day. I'm going to be honest.
Yes,
we talked about it a year ago. I feel like, okay, we're living in a very odd situation, but that was just a weird world.
Yeah.
Has COVID-19 affected your business?
Well, honestly, it affected it in a good way. I mean, it's been where, and again, that's why I enjoy working with buyers, because you have to embrace change in this industry if you're going to be successful. And you have to be flexible. You have to know how to negotiate. You have to be creative. And that's what I had to do during COVID. But when I say it was probably one of my busiest years that I've had, which I thought it was going to be very, just kind of slow, but it hasn't. Even with the seller's market, which means there's a greater demand for a house than there is a supply for a home. I haven't missed a beat, and it hasn't slowed down. Like the spring market was truly all year. You normally hear that it's from March to like June or August. Yeah. No, I don't know if it's mainly because, kids were virtual, so you could move anytime. I don't know what it is, but it has not slowed down. So COVID has, I can't complain that way, but of course there were safety measures that had to be in place, and we respect that and adhere to all of the Pennsylvania rules. But it's been great. It's been awesome.
Very good. I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah. Well, so how's the market in Philadelphia right now? Like, I know here in Houston and Texas in general, like you were saying, there's no supply. Like, there's insane demand. Each house gets multiple offers, and
crazy. There were 19 offers. That's why I keep like, am I telling this story right? Like and I had the buyer in that situation, and we got it, but 19 offers. Like normally you hear 19 showings in a weekend, or 20 showings, but offers. So I don't even know how many showings there were for that weekend. But that's the type of, that was very extreme. Normally you have about maybe 5 to 8 offers.
Still a lot to compete with.
That's still a lot. And what's happening is that you still, as a buyer's agent, you still have to keep their interest, and you have to make sure that, because I know people are skipping inspections now and going above the appraisal amount to pay things down, which is meaning you're paying more than the market value. So you still have to educate and communicate all steps with your buyer, no matter how much they want that house. Something, even if you get inspections for just informational purposes only, you have to know. And it's very hard because you just want them to get that house. But the last thing you want to do is skip inspections and you find out there's termites all throughout, or there's mold throughout. So that's the part that I will not compromise for my buyers. I will let them know that, I advise you not to skip inspections on an older home, things like that, because the market is crazy. Philadelphia is no different than Houston. Again, as I was saying, there's about 5 to 8 offers per home. Sometimes you're going to lose them, and then sometimes you'll win, but we just keep trying. So the advice that I give my buyers now is just try your best not to fall in love, because you can give everything you can and still may not get it.
Yep, absolutely. It's crazy. It's just what I said.
It's
The world
crazy.
just
Who
keeps
knew?
changing into weird direction. We're
It
just,
really is. It really
and we're
is.
just here enjoying the ride. All right,
Yeah.
well, Miss Nakeea, I promised it was going to be a short interview. So would you mind sharing with us what is the best way to reach you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So my cell phone is always the best. It's right here. It's like with me all the time. And that number is area code 610-620-3606. You can also reach me by email, which is my name, Nakeea Jarvis, Realtor @gmail.com. And then on social media, I keep it simple and keep it the same. It's Nakeea Jarvis Realtor. So that's, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's all the same. And you can reach out to me, direct message me there as well.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.